Hello guys and girls, and welcome to a brand new synth soundset walkthrough. Something a little different for you this month, after the break whilst I was having my summer sale, etc. This is a collaboration, so I've worked on this soundset with the phenomenally talented Luftrum, who I'm sure many of you are very familiar with. He's a really brilliant Danish synth sound designer, one of the few other sound designers that I actually buy stuff from because it's just so good and so enjoyable, and he often does the sort of things that I don't do. But we've teamed together on this one, and this is Diva Synthwave. Now, quite obviously, it's a soundset for Diva, and it's in the synthwave style. Both Soren and I are huge fans of the genre. In fact, I very briefly, earlier this year, kicked off my own little project called Villeneuve Sound, where I made some synthwave tunes. And actually Soren was inspired, Soren is Luftrum, was inspired to contact me and say, hey, let's get together and make a synthwave soundset, it'd be fun. So this is what we have in front of us. So it's, if you're not familiar with synthwave, it's a style full of 80s nostalgia and sort of analog synth joy, and also digital synth actually, inspired by old computer games and TV shows like Miami Vice and films like Beverly Hills Cop, that kind of thing. So really sort of synthy music with a real sort of summery 80s vibe, and it's really cool, lots of fun, very catchy stuff. So yeah, I'm just going to dive in because I can only sort of repeat words like Miami Vice, analog, and dreamy 80s retro cool so many times. So we've split it into two parts. Luftrum's is here, and then mine there. So we've both done 64 sounds for it. So we'll just whiz through a few of them. That's the mod wheel. So these are Luftrum sounds that I'm starting with, doing it in alphabetical order. And on each patch there's nice description and what things like velocity, mod wheel and aftertouch do, and obviously you've now got the tags in Diva so you can see a bit more information on what sort of style of sound you're getting into. So lots of nice energetic ARP stuff. So I'm just trying to play. What have I done there? I was just trying to play that like an ARP. I'd lost my mind. I didn't realise I'd gone to the first bass sound. Yeah, so we've got some basses as well. So lots of Juno style basses, which are particularly popular with the synthwave sound. And whilst obviously we've tried to, we've taken a lot of influence from the synthwave sounds, rather than just sort of emulating stuff that's already been used completely. We've come up with our own ideas and sort of tried to, I don't know, take it on a step slightly. But some really lovely punchy basses. got some keys. And then plenty of pads, of course, because pads are such a big part of the synthwave sound. Now you may notice when we flick between the two, there's slightly different ways that we've named pads, or coded them, as it were. But we've both just kept to the systems that we always use. So, for example, here, Luftrum has pad for pads, and for me, I only ever just do PD. It shouldn't be too confusing, but we're just trying to keep our own fans and customers happy. Nice soft one. And Soren's actually come up with much sort of more 80s style names. Mine are a bit more obscure. This is one of my favourite patches of his. And the name's a very witty joke, isn't it? Shoulder pad, very funny. Okay, and on to the sequences. Soren's actually got all his bass lines in the sequence section, whereas I've split mine to show BL for bass line. Nice wide delays on that one. And one of the really cool things about doing this sound set is that we've got two of the biggest artists in the scene doing demos for us. We've got Time Cop 1983 and FM84 have done really cool demo tracks for us, which we're very pleased. And they really love the sound, so we know that we've done something good if those guys are supporting us. And in fact, they do already use our sound sets in their existing music, so that was pretty cool to discover that, because I didn't actually know that until very recently. What I like about doing synthwave sounds is that you can do, like this one, a really sort of dry, almost basic sounds that you can use, and then you can also have really sort of over the top ones as well. Nice little bit of sound effects there from Luftrum. Nice bit of drift on that square lead. Nice sort of Sid chip style sound. And you've got so many influences coming into synthwave as well. You've got, as well as the sort of synth pop of the 80s with, you know, artists like Ultravox, OMD, Human League, all those guys. You also have all the movies with the scores by Harold Faltermeyer and Tangerine Dream, two fantastic artists from the period. And then, you know, you've got Jan Hammer, John Carpenter. It all feeds in, all those great sort of synths, Vangelis. So there's so much sort of synthy styles covered by it. It's just fun. I mean, that's the best thing about it. It's really good fun, and Diva is such an excellent synth. If you are making synthwave music, you really should have Diva because it's just the best thing for it. Oh, that was all about. Quite a fun one. Yeah, so that's Soren Sounds. Really lovely stuff in there. So we'll just pop over to mine now. So there's a bit more driftiness in mine, I think. That's one of the things that sort of separates them. And it'd be interesting. I mean, I've written 2 demo tracks with them, and I've used both Soren Sounds and my own in them because they just work really well together. And obviously that's how they're supposed to work. Reminds me of playing Altered Beast when I was a child. Odd wheel. So yeah, so here I've got my bassline section. A little bit dirty and weird. Very John Carpenter. Oh, I've put that in the patch information. Of course, one of the great things with these bassline sounds, you can just turn off the ARP and just go play your own line in, nice and easy. Bit of Moogie bass there. Open that filter. And it's not all just about synthwave. I mean, these great analog sounds that we put together here, you can use them in cinematic and ambient stuff as well. I mean, there are lots of retro analog synth sounds creeping into soundtracks nowadays. I mean, Cliff Martinez has been doing it for ages. You've got artists crossing over like M83. And then Junkie XL has been, if you've ever seen any of his videos with it showing off his synth collections, it's amazing. So you can cast them, you can bring them in to make your scores a bit more synthy and analog, or you can just enjoy casting sounds against type. You know, use warm analog sounds where you might not be expecting them, that kind of thing. Okay, I've done a handful of keys. And lead sounds. Nice mono on there. And of course, this sound is breaking into sort of more mainstream synthy pop stuff as well. Artists like Churches and I Break Horses are doing very well off the back of putting more analog synth sounds into them. And some pads. I mean, you could definitely use these sounds for trance and dance music as well. They settle into that sort of genre very nicely, I should think. So what I'm basically saying is they're useful in in just about everything. Try that mod wheel. That's got quite a release. We still going? Yep. One SFX patch for me. Nice little lo-fi sort of twisty bell thing. One sequence. I suspect we've got some random glide on the LFOs there. Lushatronic. And then finally, yellowing. Fun. So yes, that's it. So 128 sounds, split very evenly between myself and Soren. Capturing, I think we've had huge fun trying to capture the spirit of synthwave. I think we've done it, and I think we've also come up with some sounds that are a bit different that just sort of move it along in interesting new directions as well. But as I say, I mean it's useful for so many different genres. Obviously cinematic scoring because of all the analog synths that are coming into that sort of genre now. Hugely enjoyable. It really was. I mean, if you haven't got Diva, look at all this loveliness. It's such a great way to program. I mean, you can fiddle with the oscillator. I mean, just for example, just whilst we're finishing this off. So here's Luftrum's Fairlight Keys patch. Let's go, well, what's it going to sound like in a dual VCO? Yeah, maybe you like the sound of that better, I don't know. And single one. So it keeps the same sort of spirit, but... And then into G. So you've got... So this, if I get this wrong, I'll be really annoyed. But this is the Moog oscillator. This is Roland 1. Then you've got, this is another Roland 1. I don't know which. I don't know which is which. Oh, don't. I shouldn't have started this. Then you've got, this is based on the Korg MS-20. I know that. And this is the Roland JP8000. Why did I start this? Why did I start this? It's just foolish. And then you've got your different levels here. Basically, it's just so easy. I mean, you've got different filters, the classic Moog ladder filter, Juno filters, the Korg MS-20 filter there, and then the Oberheim filter, and all. So that's how we've changed the sound. If we just go back into it. So just fiddling with the oscillators and the filters does so much, and that's because Urs and the team have at Yuhi have just done such a brilliant job. And this is just a brilliant synth. Seriously, if you haven't got it, just go and buy it, for heaven's sake. It's not horrendously expensive, and it is brilliant. Bit heavy on the CPU, as you can see. I've got it on draft accuracy just so there weren't any dropouts here, but you know, if you're using only 1 or 2 Diva patches, you can easily play with great and stuff. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed having a little bit of a listen to these sounds. Sora and I have really had huge fun putting them together, and obviously if this does well and is popular and people love it and use it and give us good feedback, then there's every chance that Sora and I will work together again, maybe on the Synthwave or maybe on something different, we don't know. But it's only going to happen if you support us, so please do buy it if you're interested. Don't pirate it, come on, be nice. And thanks very much for watching, and we look forward to hearing your tunes that you make with this soundset, because like I say, we're both huge Synthwave fans, so bring it on. Really look forward to it. Okay, thanks again, and see you soon!